Hello, everyone. Welcome in. I would like to welcome everyone back to my channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. Whether you are here in the live or watching the replay, welcome in. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I see that I have guests here already. Thank you so much. Smurf Creations. Hello, hello. Thank you so much for stopping by. Hello, DB. Welcome in. I have to turn down my volume on my iPad. Hi, DB. Welcome in. Thank you so much for stopping by. I see that you are in the dinner bushes preparing dinner. That's great. Thank you so much. Yes. And Crafts Obsessed, welcome in. Thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. And we have Feast So in Peace. Welcome in. Hello, hello, and welcome in, everyone. Thank you so much. I appreciate everyone. Hello, Stephanie Calloway. Welcome in. Thank you for stopping by as well this evening. I appreciate everyone. On today, I'm doing fine, Stephanie Calloway. How are you? Yes. Yes. How is everyone doing this evening? The weather here, I just wanted to let you know that we are having another rainstorm and the lights have been flickering off and on. And I'm like, ah. So if I can stay in the live or rejoin the live, I will. But if the Wi-Fi goes out, you know how that is. It's like, ah. So I would just post the key fob or the wristlets and the I'll post them in the community tab as well as on my social media platforms, all of them. So yes, you never know with that weather. You just never know. And I wanted to, of course, welcome everyone in again and let you know on today, we will be making the key fob wristlets. And with the key fob wristlets, you can use them for various things. You can put your keys on them. You can put your car fob on them, or you can put your little trinkets on them and have easy access to your doors, or just that something that you typically drop in your purse that get lost at the bottom, such as like your iPods, your earpods, your earpods, or just your earphones, just little things that your hand sanitizer can be hooked to them as well. So little things that you kind of drop in your purse and you just don't want them to get lost. So that is the reason, or the reasons that I think the key fob wristlet is good for. So I thought, why not personalize it? So as you know, I am currently on my embroidery journey. And what I did was I went into the Embroiderance software and I have the Embroiderance essentials as well as the Embroiderance Artist 1. Let me check here. Stitch Artist Level 1. And what I did was make the names to personalize it. So I'm trying to maneuver around in the software, get myself familiar with the various tabs, and just to see what, embroiderers have in store for me while I'm on this embroidery journey. So it was quite, I was quite ecstatic just to know that I can create my designs, or I should say the lettering, and then take it over to my Janome and stitch it out. And I did the steps like you do the outline stitch. Well, I'll say the placement stitch. So the placement stitch allows you to know where to place your garment. And in this case, we are using the webbing, and I placed the webbing down, added the thread to my Janome. Well, let me go back to embroiderings. Embroiderings, I made the placement stitch, and then I typed out the lettering and downloaded everything to my flash drive, and then took my flash drive over to my Janome, added the thread, stitched it out, and so far, so good. I've done 3 different patterns, and they came out very nice. So I'm very pleased with what I've learned and digitized on this journey thus far. So thank you for, coming along on this journey with me. So at this time, I'm going to change the screen and kind of bring in and show you the supplies, and also get over to the Janome, because while I am stitching out behind me, what I'll do in front of me is add the hardware to the wristlets that I already made thus far. So let me see. Hello, Lady G. Welcome in. Thank you so much for stopping by. Hello, Robin S. Welcome in. Thank you so much for stopping by. Yes, I really appreciate everyone being here. So let me go ahead and change the layout. And what I'll do, I'll exit the front camera, and then I'll add my desk. And we'll just put that on the solo view. I can see some shadows, and then I'll just go ahead and slide in my tray. So here we have, and you'll see more of the webbing as we go back over to my desk. So here we have the webbing, and it came in various colors, and I placed that down in the description box, and I stitched out my name. And again, I created this pattern and this embroiderings, and the flower here was on the Janome, and I just chose to add that to the design when I got over to my embroidery machine. So this is one of the many colors of the webbing. Then just to know exactly where to place everything on the webbing, I kind of used the chalk pen. Hello. Let me see here. Michelle versus Cal. Hey. Welcome in. Thank you so much for stopping by. Hello, Papyrus Petal Designs. Welcome in. How you doing? Thank you so much for stopping by. So here I have, again, just one of the many colors. You'll see more of the colors once I get to the craft bar. And I was going over the line. So if you can see this line that I drew here on the webbing, it just lets me know where my halfway point is. So when I put the wristlet or the key fob together, I'll know that that's my halfway point, and it just helps me once I get over to the embroidery machine as well. So here is the chalk pen, and once you wipe these things off, they the color, the chalk color will go away. So this is called Madam So, this chalk pen. And when you cut your webbing would tend to fray at the end. So it is required that you use a lighter, and then you go, you kind of go gently against the edges here, and kind of taper off the edges so that they won't fray. Then when I was I guess stitching out the design, I put the wash away water soluble embroidery stabilizer, and this is a topping, and I put this on top just so that the stitches won't sink into the webbing. And this is my very first time for using this, and I thought it worked out pretty well. I just have to, I'm not going to wash the fob. I'm going to just scrape it out of the various holes. If you can see it here, it's in the various little holes there. So let me see here. I have the stabilizer, and I also use on the back the tearaway stabilizer, and I will clean this up as well. The tearaway stabilizer was used on the back, and then the wash away stabilizer was used on the front. So yes, so I have more guests coming in. Hello, Man Mace TV. Hi, how are you? Thank you so much for stopping by. Hello, Eric Sports 90. Welcome in. Thank you so much for stopping by. Let me see here. And I have Nikki A. Hey. Hi, Nikki A. Thank you so much for stopping by. Oh, okay. And thank you so much. Stephanie Calloway stated that I can use a wet paper towel just to get the water soluble out of the various holes. Okay, then, because I was just going to scratch it away, but I can wet it. I didn't want to encounter like spots. I think that this webbing is so cute, but I will go ahead and wet a paper towel and do just that. It says wash away. So let it do what it has to do. Yes. So I also, for the webbing, we can go ahead and I can demonstrate the so this is the webbing, and this is the hardware for the webbing. So you would crimp this hardware onto your wristlet. So you just take the 12 inches of the webbing, fold it in half, then you would add your hardware onto the end, and then my husband let me borrow his pliers, and then you would take the pliers, and the webbing for tonight is 1.5 inches. So it's pretty sizable, and I like that. It's a nice size. So then you just take the pliers, and then you just put it inside, and if you can see that, and then you just crimp it on down. And we have multiple ones to do this evening, so this is one of many. So here we have the hardware crimped on, and look at that. It's on it. I mean, the teeth are in there, so that's pretty nice. So I have some other like keychain holders here that will allow you to attach. Like I said, you can use your keys, you can use your fob, and the various things that you drop in your purse, your hand sanitizer, your ear pods, and things that you drop down in your purse that get lost. Hook them onto your fob. So I went over to Hobby Lobby, and I found the cutest heart-shaped. And this will allow you to put your key on there, and then here's an extra hook. So Of course, since this one says Robin, I'm going to use the heart. So I'm going to go ahead and attach this one. Let me see here. So I wish there was another way to put this on, because I don't want to mess up my manicure. So I will probably be using the thinner one because I'm going to mess up my manicure. So that one was pretty tough. So I'll find another way to get into it. So here you go. And you put that on there. And once we get over to the craft bar, I will show you the various other charms that I've already put together. And here's one of the ones that, these are the purse charms that I put together. And you could easily, look at that. You could easily add the purse charm there on top, but they're both so large, I made a smaller one. So once we get over to the craft bar, I'll let you see that. So let's go and hoop our next design. So I'll just leave this one here. And there are some stitches, if you can see those little stitches that I need to cut away. So I'll go ahead, leave that there, and change the screen so that I can show you the craft bar. So let me see. Oh, okay. Hello. Hello, Kim Dalton. Welcome in. Thank you so much for stopping by. Yes. So let me feast, sow, and peace. You haven't seen that big tool before. Yes, my husband gave me that tool. So it's it allows me to crimp the hardware. I did not purchase any from Amazing. And of course, if you know me by now, you know that when I say Amazing, I mean Amazon. So I did not purchase a crimper for the hardware for the key fob from Amazon. So I know that my husband has every tool. He has almost every tool imaginable. So yes. So yeah. Oh, okay. So your clamp is smaller. Now I did notice that most of the clamps, they are 1 inch. So, and mine's is 1.5. I was trying to use the 2-inch, but the 2-inch did not have the hardware. Hello, Cheryl H. Welcome in. Thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate everyone being here. So let me go ahead and exit and show the view of the craft bar. And I can still watch the chat while I'm over at the craft bar. I just want to get another design kind of moving along. And this is my third design for today. So let me go ahead and of course I'm going to show you how, let me bring the iPad over so that I can see the view that you're seeing. How is everyone doing this evening on this Monday? So let me see here. I want you to see how I am hooping the stabilizer. And as you can see, not to get off topic, but let me hoop the stabilizer first. Let me go ahead and whoop, the stabilizer. So I have the 8x8 tearaway stabilizer, and then I'm going to go ahead and hoop, put the hoop on. Let me pull it back just a smidge, and I can see that it's nice and taut. I'll go ahead, tighten it up. And it has the sound of the beat of the drum. And I will go ahead and we're going to do the blue one. And I'm going to do the blue with the orange. And our next design will be TGBTG. To God be the glory. And I've already, for the sake of time, and I wanted to know how my design was going to stitch out, because I created this design myself using the embroidering software, and I just wanted to know how it was going to stitch out and how it was going to look. And while right before the live, I had time to kind of start beforehand, and I was like, hey, let's see how things are going to look. So it looks beautiful. I love it. To God be the glory. So we're going to go ahead over to the embroidery machine. And we're going to wake her up because she is over here sleeping. Oh, goodness. And let me see here. Yes. So I have my 5.5 by 5.5 hoop. That is the hoop that we are using this evening. And I want to take and change the color of the thread. I am going to use it's like it's cinnamon, but it's it has another color to it, but it's orange. It's in that orange family. It's not a bright orange, but it's more cinnamon. So let's go ahead, and the thread that I cut, I'm going to pull it through the front. You should not be pulling it back through the machine. Today I had another opportunity to do some maintenance for the first time on my machine. The first time I had to clean it, get the dust out. So that was something new. First time. You gotta keep your machine clean and oiled. So we're going to go ahead and thread the thread on. And I'm going through all of the tension portions right now. And we're going to, let me see here. Go in the back and come on up with the tension. And there we go. So the next one, we're going to go ahead at the 5.5 by 5.5 hoop. And I will first do, after putting the thread on, now I want to use my auto threader. And now it is threaded. Then the first step will that I put into this design is the outline stitch. So we're going to go ahead and hit start. And it'll let me know where to place my webbing. So it's doing the outline. Okay, so can you see that little orange box there? So that little orange box tells me where to put the webbing. So I'll go ahead and let me see. Okay, so right where that orange spot is, I'm going to go ahead and place the webbing. And I did, because I am floating this on top, I did spray some of the 505 spray on top. I started to just put the 505 glue, but I chose differently. I put the 505 spray on there because when you're floating it, it just helps me not have any shifting. And I want to keep this as taut as possible. And then my halfway line is right under here. And then I put a little painter's tape just to keep everything in place. And my presser foot is up. Then I'll go ahead, put the presser foot down. And let me put it back up. Because lastly, I need to put this water soluble. I'll put the water soluble stabilizer on the top. So then now I'm ready. And then I'll just hit start. And this embroidery machine is the Janome Memory Craft 550E. And then you will see this design being stitched out. Okay. So you can see the T is already, look at that. Look at that. The T is already being stitched out. I absolutely love it. Awesome. So while this is stitching out, let me see here. You know what? I'm not sure why it did not do the top of the T. Something is not right. Something is not right. And the reason why I say that is because it stitched out the T, the entire T the first time. Now, this time, it did not do the T. It went in place, but I don't see any stitches. So, time to investigate. So, what I'll do is unhook. I will go ahead and unhook here. And I'll pull this all away. And I have to check my bobbin. And let me rethread her as well. Because I'm not sure why we're skipping stitches. So let me start over because I have to recut this webbing. That has never happened before because the top of the T did not stitch out. It's the bottom, and it just doesn't seem, something's just not right. This has never happened before. I'm not sure what you call that, but it's not right. So would you call that just not being right? So something's not right, and I'm not sure what it is. So the back looks fine. However, the top, I'm not sure. Not sure at all. Don't know what to call that. So we are going to, not sure. We're going to go to the other one that I have cut out, and it's a teal and a cream. I'm going to shut the machine off and kind of let it reset. Not sure why that happened. So we're just going to reset everything. That's different. So I'm learning. It's something new, all the time. I'm just not sure what, what is going on. Hello, D. Smith. Welcome in. So what I will do, since that is I got a full design the last time. So we are going to come out of here. And I am going to shut her down. So I just turned it off, let it kind of recalibrate. And I'm just not sure. Don't know what to call it. But while I'm letting that pause for a second, I'm going to take my stabilizer, and I'm over here rehooping another piece of stabilizer. So, and then tighten the hoop back up. So I'll go ahead, that's long enough. Turn the embroidery machine back on. And it's telling me, raise your pressure foot. So, and then remove the hoop and keep my hands clear. So I'll say, okay. So what it's doing now is going back to the center. And I'll cut out another blue piece. So, and it says resume. And I'm going to say no, because I want to start over. I want new. I don't want to resume. It was messing up. I want it fresh and new. So we're going to go ahead and go to my file, and not sure. Okay. So here's the design. And the only thing I haven't done was go down here in the bobbin case. I'm going to pull this out as well. Whenever you're doing the bobbin, you set it in your hand. You have it set as the letter P. Drop the bobbin in, and then rethread it. Go up 1, down 2, cut it. Then I'll put the bobbin back on, the top to the bobbin, and okay, so hands clear, and it's going to move to the center point because it was off to the side. So it always likes to start in the center, and it has the verification. Is this the 5.5 by 5.5 hoop? And yes, it is. That's the one I'm working with. So, and then I'll clamp everything back in place, and I will check okay, and that is confirmed. And I'll put the press foot down and then start the outline stitch again. Okay. So it printed a kind of stitch, but this Robin, when I designed this, I did put the stitches on a bit light. I didn't want any heavy taut stitches. So it kind of pulled out. It's not real heavy. So I'll lay that there. Actually, I'm going to go ahead. This white line is here, so I'm going to go ahead and push it on up. And I'll use, instead of using all of that spray, and it wasn't a lot, it was a little bit, but instead of using the spray, I'm going to use the painter's tape. Hello, Marissa Dandridge. Welcome in. Thank you so much for stopping by. So we have the blue here, and I'll take the painter's tape, and I did put the 505 glue on the back, not the spray. And when I say 505 glue, I put a little bit of this temporary adhesive on the back. And this is just to have it not shift, because I am in fact floating my design. So it showed me, and I don't feel any gunk or anything on the needle. So I'll go ahead and let it go ahead and forgot my beautiful let me cut this. Forgot my water soluble. Okay, so that one there. And I'll just add a new piece here. And what I've learned also is that when you stop your machine, you can always go back. So I'll go back at least 10 stitches. So it wants me to raise the presser foot. Okay. So then I'll go back. So I'll go back to like 20. Yep. And there we go to the blue. So we'll start back over. So here we go. Had to put that water soluble tape on here. So I have a thread break. Okay, Robin. So I am not sure where the thread went. So let me see here. So let me see. I'm looking for the thread under here. So, okay. Okay, we'll just go ahead and rethread. 1, 2, down, up, 3, through the tension, 4, in the back, where the clip is, over, 7, and cut it, press the foot down, and I have to move this hoop over just a smidge because the hoop is in the way. Okay, so it's going down fine. And then I'll go ahead. Okay, this is looking lovely tonight. I'm batting 0. Okay, so let me move this hoop out of the way. Okay. Okay, so it looks like it's hooped now. I just had to move it out of the way just so that when I'm doing my auto threader, that the hoop isn't in the way. So I'm adding the hoop back again, and we will start this design over. Okay, let me see here, and let's get started. Okay. Okay, so her tension is looking so much better now that I restarted the machine. Thank you so much for your patience, everyone. Thank you, thank you. Yes, so we have it here. So that's great. Awesome, awesome. So everything is looking great. To God be the glory. Woo! Yes, that looks so beautiful. So while I am off to the side, I do have to, let me see. While I'm off to the side, if you wanted that wide angle view, you can see me cut the webbing. And I will let you see. You can see me over here kind of cutting the webbing. And I'm just going to cut another piece of the blue so that I can do that one over because it messed up. And I just have to cut it and then take my chalk pen and kind of map out the halfway mark. So I have my webbing cut. And so that it won't fray, I'm going to get the cigarette lighter or the lighter and kind of burn the ends just so that it won't fray. And I'll do both ends because I've cut it already. So I'm just going to burn both ends so that it won't fray. So we have that cut. And the design is, it is really looking nice. I love it. I love it. So I'm going to show the view of both the craft bar as well as the my table. So I'll show both just for the sake of time. I can kind of do two things at once. So I'll show the view. Let me see here. Okay, yes. So it looks like we're looking at the craft bar. So I'm going to try and exit the solo view. And I can't remove myself because that's where the sound is. But I'm going to go ahead while that is printing because it's almost done. It is almost done. So I'm just picking out the bees. I'm just picking out the water soluble stabilizer. And it can be removed by just using a wet paper towel or a cloth. And you just, submerge it in water, the cloth, and then wipe the stabilizer, and everything should go right on away as far as the stabilizer. And I use the water soluble stabilizer so that the stitches can stay on top. And I have these, it looks like they're jump stitches, but they're not jump stitches. They're actually stitches that were from the extra thread. So I'll go ahead and cut all of the extra stitches away. Did anyone have any questions or anything like that? Um, has anyone made the key fobs or the wristlet keychains on your embroidery machine? I was just wondering, has anyone, done this already? That is in the chat. And let me know what your experience was. How did you accomplish making your key fobs? I worked with the embroidering software and designed these fobs myself. And I am very pleased. I'm very pleased with the outcome of these key fobs. So I will try and get all these extra stitches off the back. And you can burn those off as well. So let me go over to the embroidery machine. It looks like the design has stopped. And it looks absolutely gorgeous. Yes, I am pleased. Okay, I am very pleased. Wow, wow, wow. Look at this. So we are going to look at that. It looks so nice. Wow. So the design is finished. We'll go ahead and pull it up. And look at that. We just have a few stitches to where as though we'll remove them as it begins the next letter. So we're going to go ahead and unhook this design. And start with the blue one again. So I'll unhook it. And then I'll take this back over to my desk. And actually, I possibly could do it right here. So we'll just take the stabilizer and let me get a new piece. And then just take let me get my iPad just so I can make sure that I'm still in frame. So you just take the stabilizer here and rehoop another piece of stabilizer, and then you tighten up the hoop. And this again is the 5.5 by 5.5 hoop. And I need to run this chalk mark because this is something that I have been doing. So let me go ahead and take this chalk marking, kind of mark the halfway mark. And then I'm going to add just a little bit of the 505 adhesive glue to the back. Then we can go back over to the embroidery machine. And rehoop and change the thread. So we're rehooped. And we're going to change the thread back to the orange. And just for the sake of time when I'm doing live, I just like to, be ready instead of getting ready during the live, so that if things should come up like they did, I'll have, a plan B. So I just kind of cut out various colors. So I try to, have those options available. So, yes. Hello, Jennifer Reese. Welcome in. Thank you so much for stopping by. So now I am rethreading with the cinnamon thread. And let me go and get that clip in the back. Trying not to bump the camera. And go up, over, and cut it. Press the foot down and thread it. Awesome. So now we can go ahead and hit start. And this will give us the outline. So we have the outline stitch of where the key fob will go. It's not outline. It's, when I designed it, it's called placement. So placement as in, here's where you place the design. So I'm going to, since I know this is too light, I will go back to my design and kind of tighten it up. So I will perfect this before I, move forward. So other than that, it has kind of, the design is stitching out rather nicely. I have not one complaint. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm holding it down taut just so that the little bit of glue, adhesive glue that I have on there will stick. And then I will place my little pieces of tape on here just to keep the design keep the webbing a bit taut and in place. And then we can go back to my desk and put the other ones together while this one is stitching out. So here we have the blue webbing, and we're going to use the cinnamon orange color thread. And the thread is the Bro thread. All items are listed down in the description box. So we're going to go ahead. Last thing we need to do is add the water-soluble stabilizer. Do I have an additional piece? Yes, I do. Awesome. So we'll put the stabilizer on top. Awesome. Put my presser foot back down. And we can start her. Let's go. Okay. There you go. So, okay. So we'll start stitching out. And once this, starts and it's looking pretty good, then we'll just go ahead and change the view of the camera, and I'll begin to crimp on the various other fobs. And we are almost done. So I will show you how awesome. Uh-oh, sorry. nice. Awesome. Okay, so that's looking really nice. Okay, so it just looks like that water soluble stabilizer. It's going to get pulled off. So we're going to, I'm going to go ahead and change the view and finish up the other fobs. Okay, that's going to drive me crazy because it looks like it's just rolling up. Okay, so let's go ahead and change the view. Hello, Evelyn Warner. Welcome in. Thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate you being here. Awesome. Okay. I don't want to take my eyes off of it. But I have to because, let me see here. Okay, so we'll just exit the solo view, and then I am going to put my desk on the solo view while I pull apart the other, like I'm tearing off the water soluble stabilizer. Then I can put that off to the side. Then I can take the painter's tape off, pull that off, put that to the side. And then this is the tearaway stabilizer. And then I just pull the stabilizer off as well. And then the various stitches that are on the back and the front, I can go ahead and tear them away as well. So, and then the extra stitches, of course, we don't need them. So we will go ahead and put those to the side. And you can just pull the stabilizer out of the back. And it is just like it says, it is tearaway stabilizer. So you can just tear it away and get rid of it. So that stabilizer does its job, that it kind of stabilizes, helps the thread and the material so that the embroidery design will stay on top of your material. So it's looking rather nicely. And then you just cut away. And I've seen others, kind of use the scissors and then they'll kind of burn them away. But I just didn't want to do too much fire. I'm like, mm-mm. And then the front has the water soluble. And let me see here. I'm just pulling this out and I'm going to see, because I don't want to mess up my, let me go and look. Look behind me. Okay, so I'm going to, for this one here, I do still want the heart on there. So I'm going to ask, I'm just going to get my husband to change it. If you can change that one over to this one. Just take that key ring off and add the heart. I don't want to mess up my manicure, so he's gonna off to the side just kind of fix that for me. Okay, so that looks really nice. To God be the glory. Awesome. And these look really nice. I am excited. So what I'll do here is put them together. And I have a couple more. I'll put the hardware on. Am I in the good? Okay, yes. So I will take the webbing, fold it in half. Then I'll take the hardware and the hardware and the webbing is 1.5 inches. So I'll take it and I use the crimping tool and I will crimp it. And that is crimped on. So we have one more. I'm excited. So my husband put the heart on there like I wanted. So here it is. There we go. And then I have the cream and teal blue one. And I will go ahead and crimp this one as well. And now that I am adding these keychains, adding these fobs and adding the hardware to the fob, I'm looking at my design and I can see I like it. I really do. I can see that. And let me see here. I'm pulling it. Everything looks good. My stitches look good. But then there are some places where I do not like the stitches. They aren't smooth enough. And I did change my tension casing, the bobbin casing today because I had to do some cleanup. So I let me get the last one off the machine. I wouldn't mind doing let me see here. I'm pulling the other one off the machine, off the embroidery machine. So what I will do on a different day, once I can clean up or find out, because sometimes I can see that the stitches are getting a little loose, I will have a key fob giveaway, and maybe I'll go ahead and, give them away and kind of create a number of colors of the key fobs. But until I perfect it, as far as my stitches are not as smooth as I want it. And I wouldn't want to give something like that away until it looks a little more professional. I know that it's handmade, but I'm just not pleased with the tension. And maybe I need to go back to the old bobbin case. This is the high tension bobbin case that I'm switched to. And maybe I need to go back to the one that I had because I've never had my stitches. In some places, it looks a little bubbly. So I, will accept it, but I cannot have my crafty friends accept anything but, the best. So let me kind of add the hardware to the orange and blue, and they look okay, but I need to fix the tension. I can see that my my stitches are just not to my liking. Because with me already working on the machine, I, have experienced better looking stitches than this. So let me go ahead and crimp the last one. Uh-oh. I don't, I'm having a little time with this one. It just felt a little slippery. Okay, there we go. Now I got it. Let me see. One more time. I'll put the, yes. Okay. I'll go ahead. Yay, I got it now. I just had to close it up a little bit. So now I got her. Yay. Oh, goodness. I felt like it came loose a little bit. It moved. Okay. Now I have it. Awesome. So you can fix that one. Thank you. Yes. So here you can see that I have 3 of the 4 fobs. Okay. So here we have all 4 of the fobs. And I am going to cut away as many of the stitches that I possibly can. And let me see. So here we have the teal. We have mine, Robin's. We have mine in the pink and the white. We have the black and white, the orange and blue. So these came out really nice. I designed this myself. So I am excited about that. I'm excited. This one here, I think stitched the best. I mean, it's flawless. This one and the Robin one is like flawless as far as the stitches. Flawless. But when I got to this orange one, some of the stitches are just not right. They're not right. They're not. I know that in some places like this. So, yes, I will figure this out. I will read my manual back again. And I was thinking all along when I had my machine, I had a bobbin case in there. But for some reason today, I changed it to the one with the yellow dot, which is the high tension bobbin case. And maybe that's the problem. I did the switching. So I need to put it back and do these fobs over, and then have another giveaway. And let me see, did I miss anyone? Oh, okay. Thank you, Miss Evelyn Warner, and welcome in. Let me see, did I miss anyone? Let me see. Miss Mama Vi, hi, Miss Viola Floyd. Welcome in, welcome in. Thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate you being here. Oh, wow. And Miss Evelyn Warner, I and Miss Terry Hunt. Thank you so much, DB, D Smith. Oh, thank you guys. Thanks so much. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate you being here. Thank you. I like them. They look really nice. Oh, thanks so much. Thanks. So, hello, Patricia. Welcome in. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yes, so that's what I will do. Miss Evelyn Warner, I will put my bobbin case back in. I just wanted to change it. I saw someone else in the Janome Junkie. I'm in their Facebook group, and I was like, oh, they were like, oh yeah, that if you're not using the Janome, and I'm like, I switched it today, and no, this is the I know what the problem is, and I'm going to go back to the original one that I had on the machine. And the one with the yellow dot, put that back in the case. The tension is not that high because it never messed up like this ever. So I'm going to go ahead and redo these and have a giveaway on my next live for the To God Be the Glory wristlets, the key fobs. So real quickly, I want to show you just one of them. Maybe the tan with the teal blue. I want to show you how, I'm not sure if you were able to see them on the craft bar. Let me, thank you. Thank you so much, Jennifer Reese. Yes, so let me see. I'm not sure if you were able to see over on the craft bar the key fobs that I made already. So here, let me see. I'm going to go to the solo view, back to the craft bar. And I like the way that they're standing up. That's why I'm switching back here. So I have I was over last Monday. I'm over at Fat Luck Creations the first Monday of every month. And last Monday was the first Monday, and we made the silicone purse charms. So I said, why not make them in a smaller version and then add them to my key fob? So that's what I did on today. I made the design. Then let me pull let me pull it back just a little bit. So this design here, I just made it just a little smaller for the key fob for this evening. So here is the purse charm that I made. And then I made a smaller one for the one that we made this evening. And I created them in various colors. And then this one here is my daughter's, and this one has the cowboy hat and the cheetah print on there with the black and white. And I made her a key fob earlier. So these are smaller and they can go onto the key fob. So I think that the silicone beads and making the key charm, putting them on the key fob, that would be so nice. So I'm going to go ahead and add this one. Look at that. It's upside down. But look at that. I think that turned out rather nice. I love it. Look at that. Yes. Oh, thank you so much. Yes. So here are the key fobs. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, so these turned out really nice. Oh, wow. So I'm very, very pleased. And let me just bring the other ones over. I am very pleased with, you know, tonight's charms. And I just want to thank everyone again for stopping by. Yes, here's a better view. Yep, you can see them better that way. Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes. Oh wow, they turned out nice. I am so pleased. I think that when you design and I, you know, have the embroidering software, and I'm sorry, I had a tickle in my throat and I had to mute just for a moment. But I have the embroidering software, and having the embroidering software and being able to create your own design, I thought, wow, wow, wow. I am very pleased. I am very pleased with the fobs that we created this evening. I want to thank everyone who was here in my live. And even if you're watching the replay, thank you so much for stopping by my channel. Again, please like, subscribe, tell a friend. And until the next time, I want to ask everyone to bloom where you are planted. Good night, everyone. Thank you. Oh, okay. The beat. Oh, thank you. Oh, wow. Mm-hmm. Thank you. Oh, hi, Spilling of Diversity. Thank you so much. Thank you. Hi. Thank you, Lady G. Yes. Thanks, everyone. Oh. Oh, Stephanie Calloway says she need that pink flower. Okay. Yes, I will be having a giveaway for the keychains on my next live. No matter what we're doing during that live, I will have the giveaway early on in the live, just so that once I change my bobbin case, we will then go ahead and, you know, have a giveaway. So thanks, everyone. Bloom where you are planted. Good night. Bye. Oh, okay. Make it with Marilyn. Thank you so much for stopping by as well. And a pink flower for Marilyn too. Yes, okay, coming right up. Oh, thanks everyone. Thank you. And thank you, Marilyn. I've been watching your videos and you helped me a great deal with tonight's key fobs. You have no idea. I think you created a video like 4 months ago. And I watched it and I was able to create my fob. So thank you, thank you. Oh, thank you. I appreciate you working and listening. That's what we have to do because we all, you know, have our very own craft. So I appreciate everyone. Yes. So thank you. Thanks, everyone. And good night.